Okay, so I'm trying not to ruin the review that I'm writing, that I'm working on. I'm in the midst of the creative process. The puppies, where's the other one? Oh, there they are. Look at the little babies. So we went to the river. We had a nice cleanse. I got inspired to do just this. I had an idea for a photo shoot, so I went for it. Wild story. This is one I think I'll keep to myself for my close friends. And when you see the photo shoot, I don't know, maybe you'll understand why. I don't know. But anyway, what I'm trying to get to is I'm just super, super geeked about this song and all of the insights that I'm getting today. It's just a very magical day for me, and I'm learning to share more of that magic. This is my daily witchcraft, everybody. It's living and loving my life with my sweet babies and listening to some good fucking music and fighting for my dreams. And fighting for my dreams, it's a whole full circle moment for me as I am writing about a band that I really love, and how this is one of the first albums I haven't felt this geeked about an album, about the tease, the play out, the rollout of releasing an album. I used to go crazy. I used to go crazy like this all the time over music. I was just really big. And if I loved you as an artist, I was very loud and proud about it. So something that's happened to me in my life. So this is the story time. And this is all tying into the article overall, but to, share the creative process, what the insight of healing that this has shown me in connection to my tattoos, which I'll share, I'll play it out. But this is just a really fabulous Leo eclipse moon of healing and medicine. And so part of the point that I really want to get to in this story time is just how healing and powerful and magical music can be, and just how interesting. It's so funny and maybe a little silly to me just to think about all of the ways that this band has healed me, and then their release of Stranger, and just the monumental peaks that I've reached in this healing spiritual journey of mine back to myself. And this is why this is such a big part of the story, is because of the revelation that I'm having, the journey I'm on, and how inspiring and healing and medicinal music and art is for the world and society, and why we need to fight for a creative world. I am living proof, walking example of what art and magic and creativity have done in the soul retrieval of me and my Leo moon on this Leo new moon solar eclipse. And so to continue on with the story, I dated a musician. My downfall. My downfall was dating this loser-ass musician. And I think anyone in the music industry, in a creative field, has understood, especially on a feminine perspective, those loser-ass male musicians who just, disappoint the fuck out of you as a woman in every way possible. To call him the devil would be an insult to Satan himself. This man, this is pure evil, this musician that I dated. And he took the wind out of my sails. He burst my bubble. He shattered my heart. And that included my dreams, because I thought he was the like-minded, musical, creative soul. Not that was meant to save me, but to connect with me, to enhance me, to teach me, to lead me, to allow me to grow, to nurture me in a way that a stable masculine would. And so what's the point? Well, this ties into my review and that Father's Day connection to their song Sincere Chroma and that masculine presence. This is just everything that I hear in their music has led me through my own inner masculine healing, but also healing the wound from this other musical masculine, this evil musician that I dated, that I dated in a very impressionable age. But this is also the element of shadow work and that underworld experience. He was a demon, a devil. I had to face him and fight him in the shadow work era, going into the underworld. And then through all that underworld shadow work, the healing journey that I set on through this path and everything that I've been doing over these 6-7 years now, because at the start of this, so my magical journey was to heal, because I was killed, I was dead, I was broken. There was all of these deep mental, emotional things that I was going through based off of my whole story. I'm 30 now, and so to finish my Pisces Saturn return, which is a deep, dark abyss itself, ties into this song and some of the lyrics and just the Aquarian journey. I'm trying to ground and focus all the important details because it's so fucking powerful. It's so fucking magical. My story, the connection, and how music has just been these beautiful little breadcrumbs, gumdrops, lights along the way for me to, again, back to myself. My husband, another example of this really powerful, healthy, stable, masculine energy that has healed me and, again, led me back to myself and my freedom. And so, again, at the start of this relationship where the last leg that I had to hold on to who Sarah, who Melinoe, who I am, it was, like I said, I was dead. So this is like a whole resurrection in like the most beautiful way. It's a blossoming, it's a debut, it's all of the things. Because I always had this dream. My best friend Carissa, aka Mooney, one of our writers, her and I always dreamed of this just musical life. Music connected us. Music has been a huge part of us. And I have always held on to that dream. And then I met this man, this musician, and he was living a life that I was dreaming of living. I thought we were like-minded people. I thought we were, on some level, friendship or otherwise, going to do it together. The romance really ruined everything. Lust can ruin a beautiful friendship that could have been, but there's, again, so many other lessons and parallels inside that. And so when he told me that my words were just words, and when he did everything that he did, and when I fed into everything that happened to me, which, I take my accountability in that, I see why I, that intuition, why I followed my gut even though I was dancing with a devil, with a demon. This man was obviously not good for me in a lot of ways, but I had so many times where I was like, I have to see this through. I have to take this step. I have to face this. I have to fight this. I have to go through this underworld component, this tunnel is set. I have to experience this darkness and this brutality and this trauma in order for me to come out this way and back to myself, because he also told me I was very loud, and that was because I was immature and so young. Plot twist, he was 13 years older than me. So this story just had layers and layers and layers. I allowed it to kill me. And in psychedelic meditation and reflection and other things, I'm not gonna, lie about this path, this therapeutic path that I've been on through these deep reflections of shadow work. I see where I played a huge part in that suffering, where I was really following my gut in it, because I said there was something there and I had to face it. When he broke up with me and everything went down, I still stayed in Detroit, and then I meet my husband, and my husband, he reminded me that I can still have that musical, magical life, because I quit writing when that musician broke up with me. I quit writing. I really let it sweep me away, and I was on this really self-destructive autopilot kind of mode. And through this experience with Rock Oracle, through the nurturing that my husband has provided for me, I've come back to music. And so because of my beloved gospel of hate, he's really gospel of love, I'm just the love language who expresses the love, because I really do owe it all to him, and the man who will not let me go and who I never want to let me go, and just this beautiful dynamic of love. I've always been a hopeless romantic, which goes to my tattoos, and why I also think the song was so significant and necessary within this Princess Goes masculine healing. So because my husband encouraged me by talking to Jason, the editor of Rock Oracle, to encourage me to write and get back to music, but I was so afraid, I was so scared. I was so hurt and traumatized from this past experience, but I had to put myself out there again anyway, despite this scenario that I've been in, because this time I'm with healthy people with a healthy mindset. I have the wisdom to move forward. And so because this man of mine loved me enough to see me and to honor me and to respect me, and just he really set the stage for me to be able to do this. And Jason, reminding me just of how talented I am, that encouragement went a really, really long way, and I've been able to create some amazing masterpieces. And then the timing of just Princess Goes and how they released this album, has reminded me of all of these things that I've experienced and went through, and then how there is this like really fun romantic life, this heaven on earth that you can achieve once you do the work. And this is just like significant to my tattoos. And I love the French kiss, being locked in a French kiss with "Let Me Love You to Death" by Typo Negative, and just this sensual romantic life that I've created through the healing that I've done, and music is just a huge part of that. So I'm grateful to all the strangers. And I promise this all continues to have a point. How would I express that? As a feminist, as a woman, as someone who is dismantling the patriarchy and rebelling through every breath of life that she has, this is just my message of when you heal and deconstruct the patriarchy within yourself, masculine or feminine, you have healthy examples of life, and life is really fun. And through my husband and all of his uniqueness for being a divine masculine, then we can have the goddess energy back, and we can have this sensuality, we can have this fun, and we have this play and this freedom that feels limiting in other parts of society, in non-creative, artistic lives and worlds. And so all of that goes to say that I really love highlighting very healthy examples of sensuality, sexuality, masculine energy, these deep human emotions. What I really love the most about Princess Goes is that whether you're on a substance or not, it's a psychedelic experience. I've listened to this French Kiss song like sober, and now obviously under some cannabis. But they just have a way of initiating people into really deep unconscious programmings, and I see the magical codes that they're like infiltrating into their music, and that's why I think magic is within music, and music is magic, and that's why I think art is medicinal. And if we really want to heal society and heal humanity, then we need to have healthy, authentic expressions of art and human emotion. I love the humanity within Princess Goes. I love their example. And so I just want to thank all the strangers who've healed me through music. I hope to pay it forward, to pass on the torch, all of those symbolisms, and to continue to create a bright, vibrant, creative world. And if you believe in the power of music, I highly suggest go checking out Princess Goes. They're a really phenomenal group, like just so much fun. I'll dive more into the music side of it in my article with Rock Oracle, and just what they represent on a more not so spiritual plane, even though I do always add my astrological insights to my articles. But I'll get more technical on also why they are great music to listen to. That is my spiritual podcast, Head Talk. So thanks for drinking some moon juice, and I hope everyone stays weird.